5 years since the global shutdown started, and people still can find another way to connect. Being almost a few steps from each other. So, can you help me? Damn. A wife is a key from this entrance. Here you go if it helps you. But be sure to have a light. Some idiot have stolen the lamps again. Now I have to put a flashing light warning here. Am I doing something wrong? I'm not leaving in the middle of the night. This says hi. When do I find a hammer? Am I really going to do this? Are you satisfied now? Hope paradise is gone forever. Haha. You can't keep stacking bodies in your fridge forever. Okay. Now don't click in the game. Because the moment I click in the game, it... Go. I'm gonna start with a warning. If you have arachnophobia, I'm that serious. If you have arachnophobia, this game won't be for you. Because this game is about spiders and that sort of stuff. So if you like, there will be a content warning regarding arachnophobia for game 1. I'll also put it in the, after the game title that I normally, you know, do the bar in for these things down below, so that you know that this won't be an arachnophobia. Don't come back to me. Say, Elise, you don't put a content warning in there, or I didn't listen and I see spiders and got scared shit. Hey, I'm saying by now, arachnophobia content warning, at least for game number 1, and that sort of stuff. So, yeah, I said it. Okay. Welcome back to the Three Scary Games. As you can see, with the big belly, of course, as said, when I'm recording this, I'm 3 weeks pregnant, so this should release, I should be entering my 4th week. As long as I can do, I will do it with the big belly, with this big, you know, round, beautiful, swollen belly of mine. But I think around week 14 to 16, when my belly is like starting to grow out since my 4th pregnancy and that sort of stuff, I will do it with like a smaller belly cam that you use, or like whatever my belly size at that point is. You can determine if it's big or small. But yeah, until then I try to do more big, but yeah. As stated in 2026, I wanted to do more big belly cams, but that idea came out before I realized I was pregnant, so yeah, welcome back to the Three Scary Games. And that sort of stuff. But now the updates out of the site, you know, with big belly cam and that sort of stuff and such. As I stated, Lurking is a game about spiders. And how is that gonna be? Well, you love taking care of your pets. In this case, your pet spiders and that sort of stuff. You love doing that until one day they don't behave, and that's all I read and that sort of stuff. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It was about spiders. It was about caring about spiders and that sort of stuff. So yeah. Also, I've been bringing back the Pokemon type outfits. As you can see, this is fighting type Elise that I'm now wearing. If you're wondering, there is still a ZA monologue voting going on. Refill water every day, needs 1 cricket every 2 days. Who's Daisy? Who's Stan? Are you Stan? Or are you Stan? You're Stan. Let me refill the water then. And that sort of stuff. If you haven't known from ZA, and I'm gonna play that on Twitch, I wanna do a monologue with the same rough style. And that sort of stuff, as I did with the other ones. And for YouTube, For YouTube, I want to do also a playthrough as I did with the electric type monologue and the sword monologue for Ghost and Shining Pearl respectively. But you get to choose what it is. I think I will leave it at the top of the video description above the games for this time and until it runs maybe. So if you're interested in that, you can vote. You do. I think you need a Google account, not sure, but yeah, if you want to vote on what at least the YouTube playthrough becomes or the Twitch playthrough becomes, that will be greatly appreciated. Why can't you use that here? So yeah, so with that I'm like bringing back the Pokemon outfits as through 2026. Every 2 days. Is it gonna eat it? Maar defrosted mask, probably in the fridge. So, and I thought since I personally think like fire type, fighting type are my favorites, and fairy type, like those three. So, and since I've just done fighting type back, I was like, you know, let's just stream with fighting type. So be it. Okay, I thought that thing was bugged. I legit thought the thing was bugged. I had to move out of the way. Why do you say here then it's need a frozen mouse? Defrosted. Okay, my bad. I am not being able to read. Oh, I can run in this game. Huh. You don't live very healthy, do you? I know I don't clean a lot, but I know that I have like trouble cleaning something, or like finding the motivation to do cleaning. At least like dusting the place off. And such stuff, but you, jeez, just clean up, girl. Does work any? No, that's the bathroom. Well, does it get to work? So yeah, I've been bringing them slowly back. So over the coming weeks, I might stream with my Pokemon outfits, I guess. Maybe. I don't know yet. I will be streaming with this big belly, for sure. Are my pets doing fine? Hello? Can I lock the lockback? Okay. That's on it. Send me. Well, let's open it. She's a beauty. I don't think I know that species. Why would someone send her to me? Oh. There you go. Let's get you some food and water now. I assume. Kick it. Yeah. Because like primarily like this week I had indeed my integration traject started. You know, my integration back to work traject, or at least getting me in a suitable condition to go back to work. But I woke up Tuesday at like 6:45, which was for once new in my time. Because it's been a while since I started or woke up early. Because normally I had my government stuff on Monday or Tuesday, but that stopped. So, like, they technically have, like, now a whole free week. Without, if you don't count the volunteer work and that sort of stuff. But, yeah, of course, I thought that integration project started, like, Tuesday. So, eventually I laid in bed, I checked, like, my public transport app. The public transport app was, like, saying, like, okay, there will be, like, there was a delay. And that sort of stuff, you know. But it should be to 8 o'clock. I was like, okay, so I stand up early and go. Where are you? Are you on the ground? Where are they? And basically I told them I was late. Or at first it didn't look like I was late. Because it's to 8 o'clock. Am I doing something wrong? I'm not leaving in the middle of the night. This says hi. I was not doing something wrong. That was a dream. You escaped? No, I gave you food yesterday. Well, where did you go? Huh. I already was like, you know, why is it cleaned up? Do I need to find a spider? But like at first I was alone in bed, it was still 8 o'clock, I was like, okay, you know. You know, it could happen, that sort of stuff. Is it there? And eventually the news kept repeating it. It was like, let me check again. 10:15. I was like, okay, so I asked, like, I sent like a app to my contact person, like a WhatsApp. Of like, hey, you know, I am a little bit late. I have to like travel around with the bus instead of train. And when I was in the bus, then I just read their notification. Of like... So it went into the thing. Of like the notification that they said, oh, you're coming! We wanted to start in February. There's also no empty bottle. You have to fight the spider. Entry 1. Specimen X33 was successfully introduced in test subject's apartment. Test subject proceed to feed specimen. Quantities delivered 1. Orthophone gorillas. X33 seems disorientated, no shit interest for food. Specimen 3 now fully fed, expert rapid growth. Crew are multiple as experts start to show signs of allegation. I will now rest a little and continue observation in the morning. Why do I have a flashlight? Huh. And so when I was in the bus, I read the apps like of like, you know, their WhatsApp of like, hey, you know, we expect you only in February. And I was like, oh. So I need something to get through that. Well, back to the apartment we go. So, like, I was like, I'm in the bus, and the bus just left, so I could, like, step out the next stop, and get back home. But it was like, I'm awake, early, and already on my way, you know. I should, go and make the most of my day. Garbage disposal. Because, like, the thing was, I was already awake, I was on the way anyway, and I had to bring back shoes that I bought with Rashi. Is this my apartment? This is my apartment. I had to bring back shoes that I bought with Rashi on holiday, because my dad suggested that I should get new shoes. And such stuff. And the shoes that we bought were like leather boots. And those... And those leather boots were like tight, but like on Wednesday when we were like on the Wednesday on New Year's Eve when we went bowling, they fitted. On the way back north, we had to like use a shoe spoon, basically to get my left foot back in the shoe. And once we did that, with like a bit of force, because Rashi helped, of course, my girlfriend. We went home, but like that night we discovered that the back side of my heel was broken up, or open up. Or, torn apart, like it was like a little wound on the back of my heel. And I primarily thought that was something because of like the shoe. So the next day at the grocery store, or 2 days after that, we saw like shoes that fitted at the grocery store for like $10. So you can imagine, imagine paying $40 for shoes that don't fit. And then 10 for shoes that do fit. What's wrong with my neighbors? I don't know, you tell me. Such stuff. So I have to find either something here, or back at my apartment to get through the web. And and that's what so I was like, let's go anyway. So I brought my shoes with me, like the shoes that the ones that I want to bring back, and such stuff. And eventually, after being late there, because my contact person was also a bit late, after being there, having a good day, and being a bit productive and that sort of stuff, I went to the shoe store, and I had to like go a bit around because of the new bus lines. Basically, since the new year, I think they redesigned the bus lines around the city there, in Breda at least. So, or does this guy have something? No. No, I forgot that. What are you supposed to do? And so after going there, it like was already a bit of a pain. You know. And getting there, I had worn the shoes for one day. And it was not even that I stood through the mud like a maniac, No, I just used them normally and that sort of stuff, but nope. I came there, I showed the shoes, she asked, the lady, the lady was like, did you wear the shoes outside? I was like, yeah. For one day, because, how else was I noticing that, that thing? And she was like, sorry, we can take it back if you've worn them outside. It was like one day. And you know what I don't get? Maybe it's me, but you tell me that, I can't wear the shoes outside the store for one day because they lose their new status, And because they lose their new status, they aren't, being able to sold anymore. But everybody can, how some people do here, right? They put on a shoe in the store and they walk around with it, and you tell me that's not new. And such stuff. You tell me then the shoe was still new. But I was like, okay, you know what? What did I get here, by the way? You know what? Fine, I tried. I took the shoes with me back home and threw them away. I took the shoes with me again and threw them home away. You know what? In my head, my head thinks, okay, I wore the shoes once outside, outside the store. That doesn't count. Okay, if you have white shoes, go through the mud, okay, I get it. But I had black leather shoes. They were still looking nice. But you tell me that people can wear it through the store all day, what they want. Walk all the way to the store with their shoe on their feet, and then you call it still new? I was like, okay, I thought, but it made me irritated, the social, the social interactions that make you irritated, or that go, you make you it was that. What are you supposed to do here? Because I looked everywhere, to my feeling. You told me. I know it said, wait, I can get through this. I know it said it, but you told me that I spent the last 5-10 minutes searching for an item that doesn't exist. I'm a dumbass. You know how often I say a little objective guide on the top right, on what to do? Or telling at least a player in a hint way what to do, or saying you need to go there, you need to do this. I know that not everybody is as dumb as me, and not that I know that not everybody is as dumb in reading as me. But if you put top right, move through the spider web, that will fix everything. Besides, that's the only thing that I say, but I say that to every game that needs an objective guide marker because I'm a dumbass. I did say, can I move through this? So I did. But two things further. That nightmare, that got me. That nightmare, that got me, okay? That nightmare. I want more like that in the game. It felt a little bit like Lester. Okay, you got you have a pet snake and a pet spider. You feed the pet snake spider, you get a new spider. That spider is apparently experimental specimen after feeding it and that sort of stuff. But then it just ends by walking into a web and get killed. So a little bit more of the nightmare, maybe a little bit more lore, maybe a little bit more scares, and I think this game will be perfect then. But if you want to play it for yourself, link is at the top of the video description under the ZA monologue. ZA monologue voting forum if you want to check that out too. And the other games will be also there. But for now, let's head off to game number 2. By the way, I don't know how well you can notice the spots on my shirt. I don't think you can notice it very well. But if you're curious about the spots, yeah, I'm an idiot. And I can enforce that. But I was cooking pasta this evening. And I was like playing around, like the water splashed a bit around and got on my shirt. But there was like, once I dried the dishes, I accidentally hold like the plate against my belly. So there was like a real big wet spot somewhere around here. But that spot, that dried up, it's disappeared. But these apparently don't. So yeah, also, I thought I exported the game. I wanted to play open game 2. And I looked in the folder and it was like, huh? But then I realized this folder, like normally if a game comes in a zip and is like structured in the zip, like everything is in the zip without in a separate folder, I tend to make a folder, put everything in there as like to tell me this is this game, this is this game, this is this game. And to not have things overwrite and that sort of stuff because of Unity games, Unreal Engine. And I made the folder, but I forgot to export the game into there. So welcome to Offline. A game made by a developer we've played many games of in the past. Serious Daniel, like, the Paradox Microwave, George, it was a George game and that sort of stuff. There's a lot that we played and that sort of stuff. So if you like Serious Daniel's content, make sure to check out his itch.io page. I think his, but yeah, we've played games for this developer in the past. And that sort of stuff. But yeah, the idea of this game is the government has shut off the internet and you need to make an important call. So we're in a ghost town, and that's all I know. So let's play. But yeah, that shoes lady that make me want Mountainoid. It's not that, like, I get it. Like, the thing is, I get that they say, like, we can take back the shoe. I miss those days, actually. It seems like everything was different. Yes, I know what you think. She was carried away into sentiment already. Haha, I know you never like it, right? How's the weather? How are you? I'm doing fine, thanks, Resk. Winter there feels even colder than at home. People walk in huge warm fur coats, reminds me of home. Yeah, I didn't know what I wanted. It's not the first message I write to you. Maybe you don't even receive them. Or just want to talk. Sorry for that. It was much easier when the connection was good enough. Can you imagine? We could call to each other when we want. Well, we actually never did. It's funny how I start to appreciate something when you lose it. Well, everything is done by comparison. I hope you are fine. And I need to go now. Okay, A. My last message to you. I don't think that makes sense. Dress warmer, please. Bye. But yeah, to get back to the shoe story. Yeah, I get that they don't take them back, especially if you like white shoes. And, white shoes and you drag them to the mud, for example, but like black shoes, they're like looking fine. But policy is policy, it still make me annoying. Oh yeah, this is supposed to be more visual novel styled. So more on the speaking thing. Hello. Huh. I can't recognize you. Why are you here? I'm trying to make a phone call. There is no connection. It's very important for me. I understand. But there is nothing to find here. Huh. You see? There's an antenna on the roof. Right behind me. I see. Who knows if it still works? But you can try anyway. It is actually, now that I think about it, it's supposed to be a short novel style, also. Oh, hey there. Can I help you? Why are you sitting here? Well, why are you standing there? Why am I sitting there? Yeah, it's because the place that I like to sit. Sometimes. I was not reading, I was adjusting my cam because of this. There's my swollen lovely belly. No, my problems are still there. But hey, look at the snow. At least for a few seconds. I prefer to enjoy these nights. I need to make an important call. But there is no connection. A call? Huh. But who do you want to call to? Oh yeah, sorry. This is none of my business, of course. Oh, I guess I can't help you. After the global shutdown started, oh global even, there's no connection here. Huh. Seems like people need to learn to talk again. And listen, I was not listening at all. Hello? In your personal space, you're like, hi. Can you help me? If somebody could help me. This old piece of metal is dead. Damn, I put so much money into this one. Another repair will ruin me. Mother told me many times, just sell these things and buy a good car. Yes, Mom, you were right. If only she were alive. Oh. Yeah, she will be very angry. I'll be glad she doesn't alive. Be glad she's not alive then. What was that? Still no connection. Bad. What was that like explosion? What was that explosion? Oh, how can I help you? I need to make a call. It's very yes, that's what they all say. You're not the first one. You are the second one, actually. Second. There was a young woman last year at the same place. And at the exact same time. Huh. Five years since the global shutdown started, and people still can find another way to connect. Being almost a few steps from each other. So, can you help me? Damn. Oh, I have a key from this entrance. Here you go if it helps you. But be sure to have a light. Some idiot have stolen the lamps again. Now I have to put a flashing light warning here. I have to put a flashing light warning in my game. I guess we'll go into that building where the man stood. I guess. I don't know which door to go. Yeah, let's just get to the roof. Just let's not be like. Who are you? What are you doing here? Just trying to make a call. A call? Who does even use phones nowadays? Can't you see it? We're like Amish people. There's no connection. Some idiots still think that old antenna works. But hey. It became a useless piece of metal. Phones are useless now. What are you doing here? And what are you doing here? Huh? Watching the stars, of course. What else can I do? Well, you can try to make a call. Impossible, sadly. Do you believe in miracle? No. No, I don't. Hey, what's up? You know I can get to the antenna. Antenna, that old one? A friend? I don't want to hurt you, but you can't. Oh, so you really think it still works? I mean, yes, maybe. Why you need this? Well, what does it look like I'm trying to do? Trying to eat somebody? Well, that could technically work too, but... I don't use phones anymore. Government blocks the connection nowadays. Phones are useless. I didn't even know the person you called to still uses a phone. I don't have a choice. Huh? This person was important for me. I need to say a lot. I always wanted to say... But what did he say before? When there was an opportunity. I couldn't do it before. I was busy with my work. And I was planning to make a call later. So some give like text that is like in vain and lie. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. So there's a lie and in vain. Interesting story so far. Hi there, you're a campfireman. Are you tired? No. I guess. I just need to make a call. A call to someone important. Looks like the entire world is against me. Ah, I understand. You know what? When the connection was lost, suddenly a lot of people started to realize what they lost. I thought I have a lot of time. There were many things to tell. But I was not ready. So did I. Most of us are in the same boat now. We are all lost. So what should we do? What can you do when it's too late? It's never too late. Smiley face. Wink wink. The funny thing is to think, like how nowadays we're all focused on the internet, and what happens if the internet leaves suddenly, you know, or the internet is gone. Like, I can make videos, but I can't upload videos. I can do my content creator stuff. Like, you know, there would be things to do for like people to look up, you know. So you can do your bank stuff. Like banks would like lose all the money, I think. Yeah, no, what will I do? I will wait. Wait for what? A miracle? Like my pregnancy? Listen, friend. I don't want to look like a rude person you are already. Or something like that. But I don't think this antenna works. I know it hurts you. Sorry for that. But I believe it's better to let you know. Well, did you try? Long way place. Why this place? Looks familiar to me. Did you go up here? No, I didn't. It's just familiar. Oh, friend, all such places are familiar in this country. This one is an express station. Haha. I understand you. You know what? It's just like an anchor. Everyone has his own. And this is yours. It's you again. Me? Sorry for that. How's your car? That's fine. Still broken. Like always, actually. What was your problem, by the way? I need to make a call. Make a call to her? A woman, she was here. Like a year ago. Seems like you both have lost each other. I don't think you know what you say. Sorry for that. Why does everybody be like... I know you missed the whole day, right? What do you hope to get? This antenna doesn't work. Just leave. It's my last chance. What else can I do? Leave and forget. Some things are impossible. Look around. There is no connection anymore. No mobiles, no internet, no nothing. Well, I have a mobile, there's an antenna on that roof. So I'm going to that roof, it's not over. Disappoint yourself. Hey. Isn't it cold for you? Why are you weird like this? Haha, why not? We live only once. We have lost so much. So why do we need to be afraid? Can you let me in? For what? Don't you need to make a call, right? Haha, I know, you're the top of the town. We tried to call here. Yeah, you can go in, sure. But this antenna stopped working a long time ago. Go and disappoint yourself. It's a bad idea, actually. You are not one of the residents here. So the only thing you're going to... Antenna. Bad idea. Doesn't work. You are not the first. So why are you going to? Stupid one. Well, just another disappointment. It's funny because I always say to people, follow your dreams. Don't be like, you know, taken down by people who talk negative about you. Or try to stop you, you know. How you can faster this time? Long time no see. What will we do now? Who are you? Doesn't matter. I don't think so. But I know you, Avon. Did we meet before? And this is a moment where you ask it. I always don't enjoy this one, haha. I am tired. Is this all a dream? You can go away now. The antenna doesn't work. Just accept it. Some things are better to be forgotten. And sometimes it's better to leave. Just get back to your normal life. No need to get back to this place again and again and again and again. Nothing will change actually. Just forget and leave. Wait, but you are lying. And this is the moment where you tell this again. But wasn't there only a woman coming before? Nothing will change. Well. See? See? This is what I mean. Oh, wait. Why did you even wait for? Wait, am I A? Am I the person who's like important to myself? I thought this game was shorter, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought this game was shorter. I thought this game was shorter. Seems warmer today, huh? Nah, nothing has changed actually. Am I A? It's always hot at this time of the year here. This moment makes me miss my hometown, haha. You know? Sometimes it feels like we stop to understand each other. Sometimes it's different. Sometimes. I feel like you're not here anymore. Huh? I always here. Even if you feel I'm not. No one knows what future will give us. Maybe we never even existed here. Promise me. That we will meet here. Right here. In 1 year. At the exact same place. I promise. And you promise me that no matter what happens here between us, we will find a way to reach each other. So it's my girlfriend that came here. You know, it's an interesting story because I always tell to people, you know, follow your dreams. Like, I know, is your dream, of course, being a dream reasonable? But like, if people are forcing you back against the things you want to do, like voice acting, being a content creator, and that sort of stuff, I do give my warning. For example, content creator is not a suitable job, especially if you're like a small creator like me, for example. But it can be a fun hobby. And you can make your hobby work. Like drawing too, you can start drawing and that sort of stuff. But if people tell you you're never gonna make it big, you're never gonna be like a full-time artist, you're never gonna be a full-time content creator, like you know, be told it enough and you start to believe it. So I always say people who like disapprove your dreams, say you shouldn't follow your dreams, say you should be like a normal you know, working member of society, you shouldn't follow them. And I think this is what this story applies to. Like, it's a promise, a love promise. You know, no matter what happens, no matter what everybody tells me, we'll meet here again. And I think, but that's like the conflicting thing is to me is like, if the fever guy said like we've been here before and again and again and again, why does the other one say that only a woman came here last year? You know, it's the only thing that's a bit conflicting. And I don't know if it was in there, but like a photos and like, you know, a flashing images warning. You know, would be great. That would be great. Is there a flashing image warning on the park? Yeah, that's flush. Oh, yeah. And I love this. I love the story because it does remind me a bit about myself. Uh, people always told me I couldn't sing, and maybe I can't sing, but I did put out a cover. I can say I'm a virtual cover or like a Project Diva cover artist. Even if I can't sing, I indeed try to like reach towards a point where I can sing or can sing, and be a cover artist and produce. Even if the first thing that I make is bad, and seek improvement, I always tend to improve and that sort of stuff. So I do take my things to get to that dream of my own Spotify song and that sort of stuff one day. But also, example, I wanted to become a teacher one day, and most of my people, even my mother told me, like, you aren't, you can become a teacher, Elise, or you will be a great teacher. I don't see you in front of the class. Same with singing. Like my mother a lot told me like I can't sing or she doesn't see me singing. Well, my older sisters believed in me. Like I still remember one day we had like a karaoke night and we like did some warm ups at my sister's place and they were both like, "Damn, Elise, you can sing." And my oldest sister was like, "Haha, I told you I knew." But my older sister was like, "Damn, Elise." So, but like those things, in my aspect, like made me, I go to education because education was my interest. Education and psychology are for me an interest, and I really love diving deep into the like human analysis and that sort of stuff, or teaching things. Look at my predictive roadmap or my education semester that I've done. But like, if you have people who say you can't be it, for me that is a drive to go and prove it otherwise. Maybe it's a bad drive, but like, and not should not do anything else. But like, you know what I mean? If I have an interest in anything and people say you can't really do it, then I strive to be better than that and prove them wrong. Like I did my education. It wasn't the best semester, no, but it was the only semester on my bachelor degree that I did once in one try. I had trouble with all the other semesters, but that semester I did. So let that sink in and that sort of stuff. And with that, let's head out to our final game of today's episode. It's a quite lovely theme, but it's really loud, to my feeling. Welcome to Devil Invite. You are a doctor in a place that pretends to heal people. Each day begins the same routine: cleanliness, obedience. Each patient trusts you. But beneath the white walls and quiet halls, something is wrong. Treatment becomes punishment, mercy becomes control. The line between healing and harm blurs with every decision. You make every night as more of you than the last. And by the final night, the question is longer who survives, but what you have become. So let's see. In the Devil in White. Mother, when I grow up, what I want to become? A Preggo girl. Oh wait, that's my droom. What are you going to become, Jacob? Tell me. A scammer. A doctor, mother. Let me take a sip of water. I'm gonna say, if my child tells me, like, I want lives in my hands, mother, I will be worried, like, because, like, if you want to be a doctor to rescue people, that's a good thing, but, like, if you tell me you want to become a doctor because you have their lives is in your hands, without any context, that makes me go on a red flag. Years of study and sleepless night exams that never end. And still no license, no clinic, nothing in my name. I need money, I can't keep living like this, in this place. Seems like a nice place you have. There's a village with no doctors, no clinics, nothing. Maybe I can start over there, quietly, no law interference. They don't ask much, they just want treatment, or what they believe is treatment. Cheap rent, big house, I could turn my apartment into a clinic. It doesn't matter how I treat, what matters is what I earn. Okay, bad doctor. Finally a bigger house for the same rent as my old single room. From the moment I start my clinic here, I'll set up the clinic in the front room. People are desperate in the desperation pace. Is that the front room? Why do I remember this house? Wait, is there like a back room here? I do. Wait, I now need to check. My brain is going crazy. I opened Outlook by accident, I think. Let me double check something. I want to see something. It might be nothing, but like, and that sort of stuff. But what does reproduction mean? That I have some abilities tied to pregnancy? Shut up, Elise. I know there was like a Scary Games that had like this similar house type. I only heard like as a recent Scary Games, but I found it. No, there's like a washing room here, like it. Yeah, here, look, I'm not kidding, like, here, if I put it like this, here, look at this, huh? See the similarity in the house? Like, it's like a little bit to the right, but see the similarity? Like, if I put it like this, like, see the similarity? I think it's the same house, but the layout is different, because that book, see that book on the right? It's also there, like the healing thing is over there, behind me. See that? But it's the same house, see? I think it's like a standard place, maybe. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, taking a shower. The fuck is this? Giant freezer? I'm gonna lock people in the freezer. Tell me I have something of a flashlight. Yeah, this is the same bedroom as the kid had, like, or their master bedroom. Like, it's the same house. I'm pretty sure it's the same house. I think I've already proven it. Where the fuck is the shower? Okay, I can't interact with that door. Wait, I'm a moron. If like I thought that I come like at. The fuck is the shower? Is that over here? Ah, see. It was like I saw like when I opened that video, I was like I see a washing machine when I come out of the back room, and that sort of stuff. So I was like, oh, now I remember, because there's a washing machine there, so there was the shower. It's the same house, like it is the same house as in the game I showed. It might be that's like a marketplace standard, like Unity marketplace standard house or something. But that's always funny to see me. Like, it's funny to me that I play a game and then I recognize the layout of the house purely because I played another game. Hello, doctor. It's such a relief to finally have a clinic here. Could you give me some medication for my fever and cough? Is this the medicine? Because this is literally the same. Like, that's why I so recognize it's like, there's not that many Scary Games ago. I think it's like 10 or something. You know, 10 or 11. or maybe 13 at this point, but like, you get the gist of it. 40 medications for my patients. I want them to make my own medication for my patients. I can earn more from this, and I don't care what happens to them anymore. You devil. Charge a bit extra for your sessions then, so that you get paid the medicine. By the way, why is also this filter over it, now that I think about it? Hello Doc, good evening. Good evening, so tell me about your health issues. I've been feeling nauseous and vomiting most of the day. Is there any medication for this? I mean, I don't think you need medication, but like, okay. Would you need medication for that? Like, I'm a medical expert, but like, what happened to him? Is he dead? One medication, a witness. What do I do now? I can't report this. This is illegal. I need to hide him in the medical room. The medical fridge should keep him from coughing. More than black and I'll make it happen. Keep it preserved, now we wait. Like I said, like if you're like throwing up a lot, I don't think like medicine would treat well. At least medicine in the form of pills, because the thing is, like if you can't eat something or swallow something without throwing it up, medication won't work that way. So excited for more patients tomorrow. More patients means more money, and more money means more buddy. So yeah, like I'm no medical expert, but like I'm pretty sure, like I said, pretty sure that like medicine against like vomiting a lot maybe isn't the best, but I can understand that you're worried. So I don't take this as like, you know, serious medical medical or like serious medical, how do you call that? Serious medical advice, but hello son. Hello member, how are you today? Son, I've been having a bad headache for the past 2 days. Can you help me, dear? Yes, Dave, I give you permanent medicine, mine. Thank you so much, dear. Blow to the head with a hammer, the problem ends forever. It's your own mother! It's your own mother! Are you really going to? When do I find a hammer? Am I really going to do this? Are you satisfied now? Oh, paradise is gone forever. Haha. You can't keep stacking bodies in your fridge forever. Huh. It's your own goddamn mother. If you're killing random people, it may be okay, but your own goddamn mother? The one that raised you, the one that carried you for 9 months? If I got a child like that, I'll take an abortion. Do with these dead bodies? Should I sell their organs for money? Let's see. This is really the devil in white. Hey, she set the game, they set the game, the Preggo set the game. The Preggo set the name of the game. Can I, like, see the bodies? Nope. You look like one of those, you know, those nurses, like normally in cartoons I have, like, when they, like, take somebody to the case house, there's two giant nurses in white. Yo, Doc, how are you doing? Doing good, buddy, how about you? Not so good, Doc. I have an issue no matter how much I eat. My stomach still feels empty. Oh yeah, you find out I'm fucked. There's no medicine for it, but I'll give you some food. Try working out from tomorrow. Thank you, Doc, you're the best. Give his damn food. Which foot? Can you tell me again which foot am I giving? Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. But yeah, like this, like I said, with like that thing in. She bought a gun to deal with those big guys. Damn it, missed one today. Time to catch a new fool tomorrow. Yeah, if the village doesn't know better, I can understand why people keep coming back. But on the other hand, as I said, if you tell me as a kid, or like in general, if you tell me you want to become a doctor because you want to have the life of people in your hands, you know, I will be like worried. I will like get red lights, as you see. I know it's like for a game, but hey, officer! Doctor, how's your clinic going? It's going well, sir. How about you? Yeah, it's going well. By the way, how did you get your license to work here? Could you show me? I'm just joking. You don't need to do that. I came here for my leg problem. I'm experiencing pain in both of my legs. Is there any medication available? Lying on the bed, I have permanent treatment for this. It's a cop. What are you gonna do to a cop? Sir, allow me to fix your legs. Just a slight twist should do it. No! I'm breaking his legs. Let me permanently relieve you. I've got a gun as well. Let's finish this quickly with my hammer. Buddy, should I get rid of them? I can't risk it. I get caught. There has to be a way this still makes money. I can sell organs of them for money. There are people who will pay. That would be better. I could earn good money from this as well. Alright, I do that. I won't let it go to waste. But what can I do with the bodies, maybe? I can make meat out of it? Oh, you're gonna be that gross. There aren't any restaurants nearby in the village. Maybe I could start a small place here and use the dead bodies as burger meat. There was a story. I remember there was a story. That is a true story, I think. That for a restaurant. Wait, what? Is the game not over yet? Oh, there is. Like, I do remember a story about a murderer. Yeah. My team was given the ironic nickname Tiny. I know er is een... I know there's like somebody Is it really that one? I know there's like a killer. Yeah. What, like, I'm not sure if it's geometry, but like, what sets him apart from out-of-the-mill killers is that after killing his victims, he used their remains as meat in hamburgers, which he sold to unsuspecting customers and roadside stands. While he might have not been infamy the killers of Jeff Demi and Ed Cohen, geometry was not less disturbed. So there was not a doctor killer, but there was indeed a killer. Indeed, like, geometry. I don't know it's 100% sure, it's the only one that I can find. With a quick Google search. That indeed did this. And that's why I remember this, because like I did list like 2 years ago when I was school and working, sometimes working on like lore stuff. I did listen to like criminal podcasts or like serial killers, but I think serial killers rebranded. And that sort of stuff. Yeah, serial killers rebranded into killer stories. So like I used to listen to a lot of serial killers, and serial killers were just podcasts about like the psychology behind murderers. And there was indeed this guy. I think this guy came a bit through once. So I think he came by now, but like I used to watch a lot of like serial killers, that's why. This game is way too loud. This game is way too loud. So that's why I know of that killing and that sort of stuff. But yeah. Yeah, that is gonna be for me it for this episode. I do really like this because I did last week also a game similar to this where you were in the like the steps of the serial killer or the killer and were like shown. Oh, you do really see the stains. Like there's supposed to be watermarks. Not I see, but like. But like not all, like often if you play a horror game, you're always in the seat of the victim, you know. And you're always the victim that either can't escape or has to escape from a set killer and that sort of stuff. You never are the killer. So this is interesting to see. Plus the fact, it's funny that I noticed that house because of all the 3 scary games. And the third thing is, I love it because like, not only show like I said, not only shows already red signs in early life as saying to his mother of like, you know, I want to have people's life in my hands. That is a clear red sign for a serial killer. That's not a good sign. And that sort of stuff. Do like the misbehavior, like things of like going to a village where there's no doctor, no laws, and that sort of stuff. Or no legal checks and that sort of stuff. So everybody could be a doctor without checking how it goes. And the thing is, not everybody checks for people missing and that sort of stuff. So, and yeah, and then like in his case, you get the problem. Okay, you have a lot of bodies. What do I have with the bodies? Self organs. The sin of greed from like the mind of Isaac. You know, money, 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 and that sort of stuff. And having wealth, money, greed sins. But also like to sell the meat and so yeah. If you want to play it for yourself, games they are linked at the top of the video description down below. Under the ZA monologue forum. If you want to have influence on what the YouTube or the YouTube monologue playthrough will be on ZA, make sure to vote down below. The vote will be running until, this should be the 23rd when this releases, till the 3rd of February, 5 p.m. CET. So in case if you're interested in that, make sure to check it out. Why is this? Make sure to check it out and that sort of stuff. I'm Preggo, Elise, you're pregnant, poly, Vtuber, Transgender, and intent, or you're pregnant goddess of reproduction, you're pregnant goddess of fertility. As you can see, the pregnant goddess within big ass belly 90% of the time. But hey, I'm pregnant, I'm 4 weeks pregnant when you see this. So this will grow into reality. And I don't have to use my powers anymore. But yeah, until then, we have to like separate. I think next week I won't do a belly cam and go off and off by anything. and that sort of stuff. And this thing is like my left earplug is like So, yeah. If you're interested in my content, I primarily focus on Project Diva and horror on my channel. I usually upload Project Diva on Thursday, and Friday is a horror Friday with a different horror game in the morning and a 3 scary games in the evening. That horror game for now should be Escape the Backrooms. It's going to be a long series, and 1.0 was out, and I was going to replay it to 1.0. So if you like Escape the Backrooms, make sure to check it out. If you want to see other horror content, make sure to check the eye corner in the top right and that sort of stuff. There will also, if you like Let's Plays or Project Diva, make sure to check my channel out, because there's a lot of videos to discover and that sort of stuff. If you want to be part of my Discord community to have the best plays, best updates, talk to me, and be part of my small gaming community and that sort of stuff, make sure to check out the link tree at the bottom of this video description. This link tree can also be found in my channel description. Discord is the best place to stay up to date. You can also subscribe, ring the notification bell, and leave a comment down below. That really helps, and I really appreciate that a lot. And that sort of stuff. But also, if you don't use Discord, there's an Instagram, Twitter, and Blue Sky where I do updates from time to time. As I said, my reference sheets and that sort of stuff will be updated live on Twitter and Blue Sky and Instagram. If you want to see how my streams go, there's also my Twitch channel and VOD channel in there, because I do record from time to time on Twitch if you're interested in that and that sort of stuff. But also my Ko-fi and Patreon are there in case you want to support me a little bit more, like the Patreon members that did at the start of the video and that sort of stuff. So with that, I'm going to say have a wonderful time, have a wonderful week. My name is Preggo, see you all next week for a new 3 Scary Games. Until then, bye.